if this burns your skin, don't come for me in the comments, because as you can see, it didn't burn mine, okay? Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am having a shit mental day, so we are going to do some skincare, some homemade skincare, and just talk about life. But before I do anything, I'm going to steep this rosebud flower tea, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in my little tea strainer thing. And like I said, I am sorry if I am low energy, but who cares? So I'm going to steep this tea. Okay, my tea is done steeping. I finished eating and watching the halftime show, which it was good. Like, watch it on YouTube. It was good. Just, girl. Anyway, though, we're gonna go ahead, jump right in, and start by taking off our makeup. This is, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can. This is basically just olive oil. I've ran out of my stuff to take off my makeup, and I like to double cleanse. So I'll let you guys get up in here a little bit. Let me go ahead and put my hair back, and we can talk about life a little bit while we put our hair back. So basically, I don't know, you know, like I just feel lately like I don't really know what I want to do with my life. And it's really driving me crazy, I guess, you know, because like I started lifting weights about 3 days a week. I want to go up to 5. But I also know that if I don't really have a job that's actually making money right now. This is basically what I'm doing. And I actually love making these videos. I really do. But without any currency, I only have, I feel like, so much more time where I can do this, where people are going to be lenient with me doing this before they finally are like, okay, you're going to actually have to step up and start doing stuff. I'm going to interrupt myself for a second to say that what I absolutely adore about olive oil is that it does actually get the makeup off, but I don't actually have, it's not like one of those cleansers or whatever where it actually acts as a soap too. So I'm going to have to go ahead and go in with this hydrating cream to milk cleanser. I liked it because it literally did have the whole like milk theme. And yes, we are going with a food for the face theme. So we're going to go ahead and use this. But we're also going to go in a little bit with a little bit of this because this one actually has more of a soap feel, and I kind of need something to literally get that oil off because, like I said, olive oil is great, but it's an oil. Like, it does not wash off like a soap. So we're going to use this too. I really do not want to teach little kids again, but that's honestly looking like where we're at. Okay, now that we have all that off, we're about to go in and do something really fun. I have this ice roller. Now, I know a lot of people just fill this. This is basically just a regular ice roller that you fill with water, but I filled mine with coffee. I basically call this I'll have to step a little bit closer. I basically call this a cold brew for the face. Because here's the thing. Coffee is really good for a ton of things. It's so cold I can't even think. But coffee is good for so many things. And I got some on this shirt. I'm so irritated. I shouldn't have worn white. I really shouldn't have. But I love this like specifically in the morning as like a wake up. And it's just coffee. So like literally, what I love about kitchen skincare is you could literally eat all of it. Just so cool. I don't know what it was about that. That was kind of a fun moment. And then what I did was, so I brewed all that. That wasn't like a traditional cold brew. Like I actually just made coffee and then used the extra for this. So I took the coffee grounds and I put them in like this. And I figured it would be good for like a little coffee scrub right here. If you guys can see this, which you can actually use this all over the body, but coffee scrubs are really good too. For the same reason, I feel like it's just rejuvenating. It's also really good for like anti-aging properties too. You can use it all over your body. I've used it on my chest, my legs, all that other stuff. But as I was saying, so I'm thinking about being a flight attendant. And there's like a part of me that's like, okay, go ahead and do it. But there's another part of me that's like, I kind of don't want to. And I am being more gentle than this is not as hard as it looks. Like I'm sitting here and I'm like, I really don't want to, but there's a part of me that's like, I don't know what other options I have, you know what I'm saying? And I hate that I've gotten to this predicament, to this point, but it just honestly feels like I will never leave this tiny ass town, you know, for good, and not without, you know, or my hometown, because right now I'm currently, you know, toggling between my hometown and this tiny ass town, and it just feels like I will never leave this tiny town or my hometown unless I become a flight attendant. And I don't want to become a flight attendant, but kind of what it's looking like right now. Which like really sucks because I want to do a skincare line one day, and I have all these ideas for like other things I really want to do. I want to do a lingerie line one day, and all of these are like conscious lines too. Like it's not even just like, oh yeah, like look at the, you know, person on YouTube or whatever who just had to do another like makeup or skincare line or lingerie line. Like no, like these are actually conscious lines that I want to do for like actual real reasons and actual people who are not often represented. And it just sucks because like I feel like I'll never get a chance to actually do those. So now we're gonna make what I like to call overnight oats for the face, which is a crazy term, but this is my Blueberry Blast oatmeal face mask, and I'm kind of proud of that one. I'm kind of proud of this one. So you're gonna need one used container of something, and then I'm gonna take this like oatmeal honey mask powder and take a little bit of that because this is your base, and you're just gonna put a little bit of that in there. I like to put, I don't measure anything out, guys. So like if you follow this, use your own discretion. Also, you're gonna see my real-time reaction to this. So if it doesn't burn me, use your own discretion. If you know, you know. But anyway, some licorice root powder. This is really good for dark spots and all that other stuff, hyperpigmentation. So we're gonna take just a little bit of that, and I'm using a plastic spoon just because a lot of times clays and things like that don't work well with metal spoons. So beware of that if you're going to use that. I'm also going to take some yogurt because this is just, you know, plain Greek yogurt. Yogurt is actually yogurt and milk and all that stuff is really good for brightening. I wish I had a lemon too, because I was actually going to put some lemon juice in here. If I had a lemon, I would put some lemon juice in here. Lemon's really good for that too. But I don't have a lemon, so we're going to work with what we have. I'm going to take some Manuka honey. Now this is the good shit, so, you know, if you don't have any of that at home, that's fine, okay? Nobody tell my mom, because I don't think she'd be happy knowing I'm using our Manuka honey in my face mask because this shit's expensive. Lastly, I'm going to take the star of our show. This is basically just pureed blueberries with a little bit of apple cider vinegar. And I'm going to pour that in here. Actually, no, I'm not going to pour that in here because that seems like that would be chaotic. I'm going to put that in here like this. And then I'm going to mix all this up. So like, as I was saying though, I'm not really sure what it is I actually want to do with my, like, well, I take that back. I've known what I wanted to do with my life since I was really, really young. I got my degree in vocal music performance, and shit, here we go again. Of course, I'm gonna have to watch this. I've known what I wanted to do with my life since I was very, very young. But like I said, living in a tiny town and kind of not really being encouraged to go anywhere super big, especially without supervision, I guess I should say. And yeah, that sounds weird to be like supervision, right? But like that's what it feels like, kind of. It feels like, especially when you're a smaller woman, it feels like people, and I get it. The world can be very dangerous. I'm not saying this in a bad way, but I do feel as though like it comes off as, well, you need to be supervised in those places. You know what I mean? Like you know, shouldn't be out in those places. But if you don't know anybody that wants to be in those places, then it's kind of like, okay, you don't want me to go here by myself, but you also don't want to be in these places. And so what, am I just supposed to chalk all my goals and dreams up to like a, next lifetime type of thing? Is this lifetime supposed to be the warm up where I realize I want to do those things, and next lifetime is the lifetime I actually like get a chance to live them? Like, what if I don't have any of the same talents anymore? And so I don't know. I didn't mean for this to come out half as depressing as it sounds, but like it's just a thought, because like even going to New York was kind of a struggle. Like I was there for only 5 days, and I've seen tons of people take solo trips, and yet it was one of those trips where I was like, I'm almost to the point where I just can't wait to get back home because if this is how it's going to be when I go out places, I might as well just never do them. But like, I do feel like I deserved to be able to go. You know what I'm saying? This is probably too much. If you don't want to put on this mask, don't. I'm just kind of talking at this point and just letting it happen. But I am going to let this sit on my face. After I put this on, I'm going to let this sit on my face for about 5 minutes or so, 5, 10. There's really no amount of time, honestly, for me to, keep this on my face. I'm just enjoying the self-care aspect of it all. So, there's no real time frame for any of that. But I am going to let this sit on my face for a little bit. And then I'll come back and take it off. And then we'll do our toner. And I don't know. It's looking like that's the end of the video, guys. Because I just really kind of want to take you on my skincare journey. So let me let this sit and then we'll come back. So it's been about 5 minutes. Do I have my phone right here? Can I show you guys? I didn't even show you at first, right? But so you probably can't, it doesn't even matter, to be completely honest. I was just kind of vibing, cleaning. It's been about, I don't know, actually probably closer to 10. Before I take this mask off, I'm going to go ahead and do a disclaimer, okay? Come in a little bit closer to me so that you can, that was not close. Come in a little bit closer to me so that you can understand something, okay? This mask does not burn me, okay? If you can see, there is no burning. I'm going to take it off so you can see. There is no redness underneath. There is no burning, okay? I thought about putting cinnamon in this mask because I put the honey in there just out of spite. Because, like I said, if you know, you know. If you were there at the beginning of my channel before I scrubbed my full channel and took all the videos off and started doing it this way, if you guys know, I had a video up. It was a honey and cinnamon mask. Looked a little bit like this, but it was brown instead of like this purpley color right here. And I made the mask on camera just like I did with this one. I showcased myself putting it on just like I did with this one. And then I showed myself taking it off just like I'm about to do with this one. And then I swear to you, I had so many people talking about, this burns, oh my God, it burns my skin, oh my God, you're I literally had one person who wrote something to the effect of, my sister put this mask on and it burned her skin, you're a terrible person. And I was like, I'm just trying to make a mask in my room on a Sunday to keep from, screaming into the void and having to work a job on Monday that I don't like. Okay. Like, I'm sorry it burned you guys. I'm not getting paid, like I'm not sponsored by, either honey or cinnamon companies. I just made a mask. All right. And as you guys can see, it didn't burn me. Okay. And so if this burns your skin, don't come for me in the comments, because as you can see, it didn't burn mine, okay? That's all I have to say about that. Now let's take this mask off and let's get ready to put on my toner and end this video. Now, as you can see, I'm gonna show you guys literally right after I've taken it off. I took off the lashes too because I didn't realize I even still had them on. No redness. No editing. This is my skin right after, okay? I don't have any redness. I don't have any burning. There was no itching. But if you guys are allergic to some of these products, I showed you everything I put in there, okay? Do not use something you are allergic to. Do a skin test first on the back of your hand. If it burns you there, it's gonna burn you here, okay? So, don't use anything that's going to burn you. Have we gotten to be so strange as a people that we need to even say that? Honestly, there's disclaimers on water too, so of course we have, but don't use something that's gonna burn you. All I'm saying. Let's go ahead and get to this Rosewater Toner. I think I would call this the Rosy Glow Toner if I had a skincare line. Don't anybody take that, nobody take that, because I know how you guys can be. And yes, so we're gonna go ahead and go in with my toner now. I actually really like how this stuff smells, but I'm not gonna lie, I think it has some leftover oil stuff, because I'm obsessed with these like oils that I use. Like, I love I have these like fragrance oils, but like, look at that though. Like, seriously, look at that. See? I love it. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my normal skincare stuff. I'm not gonna show that because everything that I did on camera today was stuff you could make at home. Sorry, I'm actually trying to look at it because I'm wasting stuff now. This is just, snail mucin. Everything that I showed you today was stuff that you could make at home, but this is not. This is one of those things that, like, one of the few things that I have that, like, you can't really use at home. And so, or you can't make at home because it's snail mucin. So I am obsessed with skincare though, I have to say. Like, I genuinely love skincare. Unfortunately, I don't have a skincare line yet, because I swear if I were to do a skincare line, everything would be about brightening and not really pore shrinking, but just definitely like, because there's no real way to shrink your pores. The problem when your pores are like that though is that, like, you have stuff in them, like blackheads maybe, that are making them look bigger. So I would dedicate my skincare line to that, but I would dedicate my skincare line to like so many actual other issues. I'm also pouring a little bit of my oil from earlier on my hands so that I can I'm going to go in with something else and I want to have that kind of in there first. Oh, I love it when skin looks like this. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care about people who are like, I don't like skin that looks like a glazed donut. I do. I like skin that looks fresh and dewy and wet. Like Little Mermaid said, darling, it's better down where it's wetter. It's better than the line I was gonna use earlier. I was gonna say, like, my mental may not be where it needs to be exactly right now, but hey, if you can't feel pretty on the inside, look pretty on the outside. Honestly, I don't know what kind of message that would have been sending, but I did not sign up to be a message giver. I am just a girl trying to figure out WTF is going on with her life today. Well, as you guys can see, this is the finished skincare video. I hope you guys have had a fun time with me today. I don't know what this will be. I don't know how long this video will be. Why do all of my videos seem to be extra long? I do not know. I have no idea, guys. I'm sorry, but I hope you've enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. As always, guys, love yourself and romanticize the world around you. Bye.